with late game execution.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I almost didn't want to make this video. Reasons why. Because, like, you know what? I think now, I think some of us are just piling on to the hate of LeBron James, according to the stands. And then I see the stands being disingenuous, being idiots, having low brain function in my comment section. And it gets me motivated to make more LeBron hate videos. And when I say hate videos, I'm putting quotations around hate. Because supposedly I hate LeBron James and I'm the president of the hate club. But anyways, I wanted to make this video now because I'm gonna call out Doc Rivers for having excuses. Of course I gotta call out LeBron James for having excuses. So I actually mentioned this in my video on Monday when the Lakers lost to the San Antonio Spurs. I mentioned the Rams, who won, they played in Arizona, who won their playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings. And then I also mentioned the Los Angeles Clippers, who won their game against the Miami Heat rather convincingly with a blowout win. And then you skip 2 nights later, Wednesday night. You see, I watched the game. Like I said, I got Spectrum TV, Time Warner, and all that stuff because of my connections to California, of course. So I watched the Lakers game, and for the most part, the Lakers was getting handed to them by the Miami Heat. Keep in mind, there's no Jimmy Butler because he's still suspended. But the Miami Heat, up until the end, held their own. And I give credit when credit's due. LeBron did hit some big shots towards the end of that game. I can't deny that. I can't deny that at all. He actually did something last night worth someone congratulating, but still doesn't change the fact that he is the hellbringer for this team, the destroyer of this team. But I give credit when credit's due. But also at the same time, I heard before this game even started, the wildfires. Now, I understand the wildfires. The wildfires in California are a big thing to some, to many. They are, no doubt. I don't know why people keep coming up to me, or I see comments somewhere that they say the whole city's burning down when you can watch easily, especially last night I'm sitting there watching, the whole city's not burning down, just some areas. But anyways, it's still a loss of revenue for some, loss of life for some. So our prayers and thoughts for those people. But I do recall that LeBron James really doesn't live in any area where the fires are affecting people. Not really. I don't think any of us. I think he has 2 houses, maybe the last time I checked. So, and I don't think any of the houses are near those fires. Now, we all know JJ Redick's rental house was burned down. Fortunately for him, everyone was able to evacuate the building and get out safely. But to use the wildfires as an excuse to get your ass beat by the San Antonio Spurs on Monday night, and then still trying to use that excuse after the game you won. The wildfires are deeply affecting me, LeBron James said. You can't use that as an excuse. Because, like I said before, I do recall the LA Rams going out there and putting belt to ass to the Minnesota Vikings. I do recall the Clippers putting belt to ass on the Miami Heat. Was it the Miami Heat or was it the Hornets? It was one of those teams. Anyways, they blew out somebody on Monday night. And then last night, both of these teams played. Both of these teams played in LA. One playing downtown LA, the other playing in Inglewood. Now, you got to remember that the Clippers, we got their own stadium. Sometimes I forget that myself. They went out there and put a ass whipping on the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, the Brooklyn Nets are a 14-win team so far. Yes, they're terrible. I get it. I absolutely get it. But this same Clippers team put an ass whooping on the Miami team that the Lakers struggled with last night. Say what you want about Kawhi, as Tiki calls him, Kawhi Leonard, leaving because he was worried about the fires, even though his house was safe. I get it as well. There's things more important than basketball. But the Los Angeles Clippers still went out there and put belt to ass to their opponents. I think the score was 125-67 last night. Clippers. So I don't think the Clippers are using that as an excuse. Also, I do recall Clippers at least have two players that are from the city of LA. That being Kawhi, even though I think he's more Riverside County, where I'm from. And James Harden is LA. Doesn't affect them. Not at all. It's not affecting one Russell Westbrook, who just passed Vince Carter in the scoring records last night. You know, they did lose. But also there was no Jokic, too. They got their ass beat by the Houston Rockets. But since these fires started, Westbrook has been hitting every stride. I did call him Westbrook because he is from LA. There's probably other players that are from LA. They got family out there. But I don't think everybody's family lives in the hills. Not everyone. I do recall no one on this roster, with the exception of fake ass Drake, aka Gabe Vincent, is the only one from California on the list, but he's not from Southern Cal. He is from Modesto, Central Cal. Went to school in Santa Barbara, University of Santa Barbara. He might have people there. Who knows? But that's the only person. LeBron, he ain't from. We all know where he ain't from California. Anthony Davis ain't from California. Didn't hear anything about him being affected by the fires. The only person you really heard that was affected was JJ Redick. But still, to use that as an excuse, while everybody on the Rams, Clippers, even the LA Chokers, aka Chargers, who played a terrible game Saturday night against the Houston Texans. I don't think they used the Wildfires as an excuse either when they got their ass beat by the Houston. They just sucked it up and basically said, we played badly. We played terribly, which they did. Why is LeBron the only one to get to use Wildfires as an excuse? And then his freaking snot-nosed fans always ask, why you gotta put all these limitations on LeBron? All this at 40 years old. Because for one, I had clearly explained this a couple of days ago. For one, this is the same guy who called himself the GOAT plenty of times. This is the same guy that says he always needs help. They don't even need to go on. And then now they want to, lastly, they want to compare. This is how disingenuous these bums are and stupid these bums are. Now they want to compare Vince Carter at age 40, Hakeem Olajuwon at age 40. I'm like, if you don't go get the, you know what, off my comment section with that disingenuous bull, you know what? First of all, Vince Carter, Hakeem, as great as they are, never call themselves the GOAT. Especially Vince Carter. By the time 2010 came around, 2007, 2008, Vince Carter wasn't the same Vince Carter from 2001, 2, or 3. So, don't even put him in the conversation with that. Stop it. Just absolutely stop it. You bozos are just as much as bozos as your king. Stop it. Stop with the excuses. I'm sick and tired of this crap. Snot-nosed ass fan base. Always try to come up with dumbass excuses just like you're a king. But anyways, this is what they do.